Hey guys, Russ Richardson here. Behind me I got the all-new 2019 Lincoln Nautilus, and then I got a 2018 Lincoln MKX. The purpose of this video is to highlight the differences between the two, and then for you to make an educated decision and see if it's worth buying a brand new Nautilus or maybe getting a pre-owned MKX and saving yourself some money.
I like a new Lincoln with all of its class.
So we're going to be highlighting the appearance differences to start, then I'll go over some of the technology differences and then some of the other several differences. The Nautilus for 2019, it wasn't a full redesign, it was a refresh. I want to say that the vehicle had major plastic surgery because if you look from the front end up, nothing is the same. From the headlights to the front end grille, and you want to come up here real quick? If you take a look at this grille here, you have Lincoln's new signature grille. In this grille, a lot of people don't realize these are Lincoln logos in the grille, all the honeycombs. So we say it's a galaxy of Lincoln stars in the grille here. And then in the center, of course, is the Lincoln logo. And then on the 18 MKX, you have the traditional split wing grille that was on the Lincoln lineup from 2013 until 2018. So this was the grille that Lincoln had used until then. Both these vehicles have the same underpinnings. It is still the same frame. Like I said, major plastic surgery to the vehicle. You want to come around the side here. So everything from the front end up has changed, completely different front end. But you also have your side badging here, which I love. I love that Lincoln went with this side. It's on both sides, not on the rear anymore. And then if you come around the back here too, you also have taillights wrapped in black. Versus if you get a shot of the MKX, they're not wrapped in black. The new Nautilus has a more sporty, athletic appearance, but it also keeps in touch with Lincoln's roots, which is American luxury. So it's still smooth, quiet riding, daily driving car. I'll show you guys the interior too, just to show you the differences between the two. So for the most part, the interior has remained the same. Like I said, it's just a refresh, not a redesign. But you do have the new steering wheel here, and I'm going to highlight some of the features on the steering wheel in the technology part of this video. But then also you have your completely LED lit instrument cluster. You can kind of customize what you see on the instrument cluster there. No mechanical dials or gauges, and when the car's not on, you see nothing there. And then I'll show you on the MKX what the steering wheel and the instrument cluster looks like on this. So you do have Lincoln's old steering wheel. Still a nice steering wheel nonetheless. The newer one looks a little fancier, has a little bit thicker leather wrap on it. But then you have your traditional mechanical dials on this one. There is a little instrument cluster right here that's LED lit. Little you can do some things through there like an electronic speedometer or make phone calls through there. But the Nautilus is, it's 11.3 LED lit instrument cluster is beautiful. So for 2019, Lincoln did opt to add a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder. You're seeing a lot of brands in the industry going to this 2.0 4-cylinder engine as the base engine for their lineup. I give the MKX the slight edge. And its base engine, the 3.7 liter V6. This has 303 horsepower versus 255 horsepower. And then this has 278 pounds of torque. This has 275 pounds of torque. So this does have a slight edge in power. Now, the Nautilus has an 8-speed transmission. This has the 6-speed transmission. Standard, that's the only transmission you can receive no matter how high up in packaging you go. You do notice a slight difference. The 8-speed transmission does help this get through the gears a little quicker, making the vehicle a little quicker. But in terms of raw power, I give the 3.7 a little advantage on that. 2.0 is a great engine, you know, for daily driving. It should suit all your needs. And then they both have the upgraded available 2.7 liter 335 horsepower, 380 pounds of torque. So not too many major differences under the hood here, but definitely something to mention. So one of the major differences to the 2019 Nautilus versus the MKX is going to be the technology upgrades that the Nautilus received. standard on the Nautilus, which is really awesome, and this is where the industry's going, is Copilot 360. So what comes standard in the Nautilus, which you used to have to go really high up in packaging to receive on the Nautilus, is blind spot information system. So the blind spot in the corner mirrors with cross traffic alert. You receive automatic braking standard. Then you have your automatic high beams, and then the backup camera has always been standard, but you receive the backup camera as well. They bundle that into the Copilot 360. But those are some of the great features that come standard in the Nautilus. So one of the main differences between the Lincoln Nautilus and the Lincoln MKX is a hoist of standard features, which Lincoln calls Lincoln Copilot 360. So what you used to have to spend a lot of money on to get in the MKX into those higher packages comes standard in the Lincoln Nautilus. Those 5 features are going to be the blind spot information, so those little orange lights you see in the corner mirrors indicating when someone's in your blind spot, equipped with cross traffic alert, so when you're backing up, if someone's coming from the right or left behind you, it notifies you of that using the rear sensor shooting out radar. Then you also have the backup camera, which has always been standard on the Lincoln, but they equip that into the Copilot 360. Automatic high beams, so your high beams come on and off automatically at night. Then you have your lane keeping system, alerting you when you're starting to fade out of your lane and even giving you a little bit of aid getting back into that lane. And then you have the automatic braking, which is standard on the Nautilus. And like I said, you used to have to spend a lot of money to get that in the Nautilus. Now it is included in the starting price. So the starting price on this is about $40,000. $39,000 on the MKX, equipped with all-wheel drive, is going to be a little bit more. The fully loaded Nautilus tops out at about $67,000. Not 100% sure on the MKX. I should have did the research, but it's a little bit less than that. I think it's in the lower 60s for the fully equipped black label MKX. But I want to show you guys some of the technology differences that you can't get in the MKX, things that aren't even available. So right here you see this button. This is our lane centering system. New to Lincoln, it's a semi-autonomous driving feature. This allows you to turn this on with your adaptive cruise control and your lane keeping system, and it actually steers for you on the highway. It's not fully autonomous. You do keep your hands on the steering wheel to an extent. You don't have to put any steering input for the car to drive on its own though. Really cool feature. We were just testing it out yesterday. We made a whole video on it, but the mic was disconnected, so we're gonna have to remake that video at a future point in time. But really cool how it works. Really awesome. It actually, if it senses you haven't had your hands on the steering wheel for an extended period of time, it will actually slow the car down and pull you over on the shoulder of the highway. So you do have to make sure your hands are loosely on the steering wheel. Like I said, no steering input needed. My favorite feature, though, that's not available on the MKX. I'm a millennial, so we like this stuff. Wireless charger. If you have a newer iPhone, I think it's the iPhone 8 and newer. Don't even ask me Android because I'm team iPhone. But you just set your phone in there and it charges. Not available on the MKX at all. And then if you want to get a shot of the instrument cluster here just to show them the difference, this is the 11.3 inch LED instrument cluster that's not available on the MKX. Really smooth and clean looking. I really like the way that looks. And then also another feature that you cannot receive on the MKX is adaptive cruise control with stop and go technology. I emphasis on the stop and go technology because the MKX does have adaptive cruise control. The stop and go technology actually allows this vehicle to use that adaptive cruise control, come to a complete stop, and then keep going. So if you were in bumper-to-bumper traffic coming home, I live in Pittsburgh, so I always use the Steeler game analogy. If you're coming home from the Steeler game on 376 and there's bumper-to-bumper traffic, you're creeping 2 miles per hour, this will do everything for you. It'll stop, it'll go, it'll steer. All you have on the MKX is the adaptive cruise control. So that's a really nice convenience feature that's available on this that you can't get on the MKX. Now obviously for every new refresh they add in a couple new colors and a new interior designs. If you're unfamiliar, Black Label is Lincoln's highest package. So with the Black Label, you receive special interior leather. It's a Venetian leather. And then you receive an Alcantara headliner too versus a traditional mesh headliner. So you really get some high quality interior in the both of these, whether it's the MKX or the Nautilus. What they did is they replaced what was on the MKX, which is the Indulgence theme. The Indulgence theme was kind of curated after chocolates and dark deep browns, whereas the new Gala theme for the Nautilus, it's beautiful. I do like it more than the Indulgence because I'm not a big fan of brown, but the Indulgence is kind of like a pink, a dark pink interior theme with the two-tone theme going on too in there with the steering wheel. Both are great. You can't go wrong with either. I think adding the Gala into the Nautilus was nice just to add some freshness to the brand. I do think it appeals to women a little bit more. I think the Black Label theme Indulgence was geared a little bit more towards men with them darker themes. That could just be me. I mean, men love pink too, so it's either or, but I do like the Gala a little bit more than the Indulgence, but they're both beautiful. I wish I had one of each to show you guys, but our Black Labels sell out so quick. People really want the Black Labels, especially because you get some special curated services with the Black Label that you don't get with the lower packages. So with the Black Label, you get Lincoln's pickup and delivery program. If you guys aren't familiar with that, pickup and delivery, Lincoln is the only manufacturer in the world that guarantees this to every client. They come to your house, pick up your car for service, bring the car back to you when it's done for service, and they wash it for you. It's a really nice service. With the Black Label, that service is extended to 50 miles for any dealership. If you're not in the Black Label, it's a 30-mile radius, still a pretty generous radius, but the 50-mile radius, you could be pretty much anywhere in America and be 50 miles from a Lincoln dealership, unless you're like where my dad works in Alaska or something. But then you also get the annual detailing. You get 4 annual detailing with the Black Label, and this is the same for the Nautilus and the MKX. And then you also get a maintenance package which covers your oil changes and tire rotations for the 4-year 50,000-mile bumper to bumper on both of these. And then you also get our culinary collection in select cities. Lincoln has a concierge service that you give a phone call to, and they will let you know the different restaurants that they can get you into exclusively and basically take care of the whole night for you. But that's it for this video. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. If there's something I missed, please let me know. I would love to see if there's something I missed. I always love learning about the Lincoln lineup. And remember, this channel is all about growing the Lincoln community, trying to stay authentic to Lincoln and what we offer. If you guys have any questions for me, put them below in the comment. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on. A lot of new videos coming out. I'm really starting to pump out these new Lincoln videos. And like I said, any questions, let me know. Thanks for tuning in, guys. To get, I gotta restart. Fuck.
Not in a rush.
I gotta go swimming at 2, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to go. I'd rather be go golfing.
Ah, okay.
My girlfriend wants to go swimming. Don't send her this. She'll see it one day.
I like the new Lincoln with all of its class.